What happens with oil, jobs, and gas prices during the Iran conflict, part two. So, the reason why I'm doing a part two is because the very first one that I did was live. When I was showing my screen, it just didn't go well. So, this is one of the videos that I'm showing you from my live that you guys didn't get to see it, but you could hear it. So, let's go ahead and start this all over again, and y'all are going to be able to show the visual. Y'all are going to be able to see the visuals that I showed you on my original live. Let's get into it now.
Another concern on Americans' minds is the potential economic impact this strike will have on oil and gas prices here at home. I want to go back to Jere'My, as promised. Thank you very much for sticking around.
Yeah, so we've been looking into this, and essentially, you know that the oil is traded on a global.
Hold on, guys. So before we go any further, I have first dibs on Jere'My. I saw her first. Leave her alone, and let's continue.
Market. Because oil trades on that market, any disruption to the supply can spike oil prices worldwide. Now, the bigger concern may be...
I want y'all to pay attention to this strait here, the Strait of Hormuz, however you want to say it. Look at Iran. Just look at the geographical area. I'm going to get into that a little bit later in this video with my own graphic.
Access to the Strait of Hormuz, a key area used to carry roughly 20% of the world's oil. How these oil markets react will depend on how long this conflict lasts. Bottom line, Tony, if crude oil jumps significantly, drivers in the U.S. could see prices go up within a matter of days.
And that's exactly what's happening right now. So this was maybe 2 or 3 days ago when I saw this. So definitely things have gone up. Prices have gone up. It's gone super crazy. This is the second video that I showed on my live that y'all were not able to see, but you were able to hear. But we're going to get into this one, and then I'm going to get into the actual content of what happens to oil and gas in the United States while this Iran conflict is going on, this war.
Tensions are rising in the Middle East following the attack on Iran. One of the concerns here at home is the economic impact. Oil prices jumped almost immediately after the strike, and experts say that could soon mean higher prices at the pump. KPRC 2's Rochelle Turner live at a gas station in Southwest Houston with what drivers need to know right now. Rochelle?
Well, Lisa, to keep it plain and simple, the price you pay at the pump is going to go up. Right now, the average price of gas per gallon in Houston is about $2.70. At this gas station behind us, it's actually $2.30. But an expert I spoke to says that price could jump to about $3 in just a matter of days.
For the common layperson in Houston, this is going to hurt.
Energy expert Ramanan Krishnamurti says the impact won't just show up at the gas station, it could ripple through the economy.
You're going to see commodities like cereal and milk and everything in your grocery store, their price is going to go up.
But while drivers and shoppers may feel the squeeze, energy companies could see gains.
They will see their profitability increase. So if you have stocks in those companies and you're ready to cash some of it, yeah, you could see significant improvement in your stocks.
Some drivers may try to save money by using metro, carpooling, or rideshare services. But Krishnamurti says even those options won't be immune.
Well, Uber and Lyft will also increase their prices, by the way. So they're all reliant on all of these things.
A 10% jump would push Houston gas prices closer to $3 a gallon, nationally closer to $3.30. But if the conflict drags on for weeks, he warns the spike could be far more dramatic.
If it's a 4 to 5 week conflict that's with Iran and that area, we are likely to see oil prices spike up significantly. $5 a gallon would not be a surprise.
Now, before we go any further, I would like to say that one of the biggest reasons, if you haul oil, if you haul diesel, if you are a truck driver and you haul diesel, you'll notice that, if you're driving for a company, it's hard to get allocation. What that means is because there's this conflict that's going on in the Middle East, even though the United States has billions and millions and millions of reserves of barrels of oil and diesel here in the United States of America, there is considered to be a shortage. And so you've got fighter jets, planes, the American the Air Force, the tanks, all this stuff is on reserve, on hold for our army, for our military. Okay, so you're going to see a shortage of us being able to get access to diesel at these racks, clear and dyed diesel. If you haul diesel, if you're a truck driver, you're hauling diesel. What does that mean for everybody, every layperson, every person? So if you're at the gas pump and you're like, hey, how come there's no diesel? How come we don't have any gas here, no fuel here to pump up our car, to fill up our cars? And the reason for that is because the allocation at the racks are spares. It's spare, like it's scarce. I'm sorry, it's scarce. And so the truck drivers are having a hard time getting the diesel to the pumps. So that drives the price up. It's a whole trickle down effect. I didn't explain that the best. I know I didn't, but you guys, I hope you got some of that. Let's get back to the content.
You lose.
All righty then. Now let's get to the actual oil prices. Okay, oil prices. So this is West Texas index crude. So if you are here in the United States of America, if you are here in Texas, if you are here in West Texas, if you are in the oil and gas industry working in the oil fields of West Texas, this is going to be really important for you all to keep track of. So right now the oil price is at $90 a barrel. We're doing good at 74. Between $74 and $78 a barrel, we're doing great. At 90, okay, it's not sustainable, right? We don't want to be that high. We want to be at around 75, 78 would be great, but anything over 74, between $74 and $78 a barrel is good. I don't want to get too much into that because it gets kind of confusing and it's too detailed, okay? So, but if we're going to be looking at the United States, here in the U.S., we're looking at West Texas Index Crude, WTI crude. That is the number that we want to focus on. That's why it's at the very top of this list here. Texas has the largest amount of reserves here in the United States of America, second largest producer behind Venezuela. We pump oil in West Texas, in Texas, period. So East Texas is cranked up. South Texas is also getting busy. So New Mexico and West Texas, this is WTI crude, $90 a barrel. It's really, really high right now. But that is what happens when there is that big issue of conflict in the Middle East. I'm going to get to the second part of this. I just want to focus on the oil prices and where you can get it. It's highlighted right here at oilprices.com. If you go to oilprices.com, you'll be able to see what's going on in this West Texas index, okay? The crude or the oil prices. Let's go to breaking news. So breaking news is a very, very key tab that I like to punch in whenever I go to this website because it has the latest updates, like up to the hours. Okay, so 4 hours ago, Reliance Industries pivot back to Russian oil with U.S. waiver. So you get updates constantly throughout the day on oil and gas. And so if you want to stay tapped in, if you're in the stock market, you want to invest in the oil and gas or energy sector, this is the page that you want to go to because it has up-to-date charts, analytics, and reports. Okay, so you can see that over here. If you go down, how America's action in Venezuela guaranteed guidance, oil future, like you get up to like the minute damn near of updates, right? So this is March 6, 2026 at 9:55 a.m. Today it's Friday, March the 6th, 3:25 p.m. So just a few hours ago, it gave us updates on the oil market. This is the type of stuff that I'm talking about. If you're in the oil and gas industry, you want to invest, you want to stay on top of your money, or you want to come to the oil and gas industry, the oil field, this is a website that you want to keep track of. And there's also a downloadable app that I've got on my mobile phone that you can keep up with everything that's going on right now. It's called Oil Price. Okay. Boom, I've got it right here. Super easy. It's free. Don't have to pay nothing. You get the articles. You can read upon what's going on. And the reason why this is so important is because this is our future. If you're working in the West Texas oil field, if you're working in the oil field in general here in the United States of America or wherever you are in the world, you want to stay on top of what's going on with the prices, with the numbers. All right. Let's go ahead and switch over to another site. I'm going to give you better understanding of what's going on out here in the Strait. Here, let me show you a better image, right? So it's a little bit bigger. So this right here, the conflict in the Middle East, this is the big strait that everybody's talking about. It's called the Strait of Hormuz. All right, this is what everybody's talking about right here. So from Iraq all the way down to the Arabian Sea, this is where they transport barrels, millions of barrels of oil, and it goes out to the different parts of the world. Okay. And so right now, nobody's putting oil on this body of water because it's a target. It's billions and billions of dollars on each one of these ships. And every time you load a ship up and it starts going, someone's going to hit it. Somebody's going to hit it. Whether it's America, Britain, whoever, Iran, I'm sorry, guys, Israel, whoever, they're going to hit that oil because that is money. It's cutting off a surplus of money. It's business. They're going to shut it down. So it's a target if it's moving down this strait. So that's why there's a shortage around the world. So let's just say it's not a shortage. In the United States of America, we have stockpiles. We have millions and billions of barrels in storage. Why is it a shortage? Because you've got airplanes, you've got jets, you've got ships docked across the world. And if we're in a conflict, a war, if we're in a conflict, a lot of that diesel, that gasoline, a lot of that is in reserve for our military. You see, this is how it gets short in America. So we may have billions and billions and billions of reserve, but we keep that for the necessity to keep flights going, airplanes, the necessities here in the U.S. and our U.S. military. After all of that is taken care of, then the gas pumps are served. And how does this impact? I just talked about how the truck drivers who do diesel and gasoline, when they go to these racks where they fuel up their big tankers, there's a shortage. There's a shortage there for them to get. Hey, this is all that your company can get. This is all that we're putting out today, because the rest of it is allocated or reserved for yada, yada, yada. The U.S. military, the federal government, whatever. Okay. So that is how we get high prices at the pump. This is how we get an increase of barrels. What is it? The increase, the number of the price on barrels. This is why we get this number, $91.36. I think it just went up $1 since I've been talking. So you guys, that was a lot. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I try to squeeze, condense all of that information in like a 15-minute, 20-minute video, because I went live for like 37 minutes. I did this whole spiel on TikTok, and none of you all were able to see the visuals that I just showed you all. But if you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe to this page. Subscribe. Please subscribe, because I'm trying to transition from TikTok to YouTube, and I cannot do that without your subscription. Thank you for watching.